Right, there we go. This is going to be just a bit of a flight practice really. I've not really played that much lately, so I've just laid some choppers down, choppers, helicopters, and we shall take a look at one's skills. Good. Just let me get my track IR aligned. Good. Oh dear, no, that's not doing very well, is it? Just try again. Yep. Okay, good. Here we go. We'll do some random flying around. Ooh, that's twitchy. Oh, that's twitchy. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. Yeah, we're over Kavala right now. Just reduce that collective, and what we'll do is we'll target the top of the hospital. Yeah, doesn't feel very good actually. It doesn't feel like I'm in control of that descent rate right now. Again, just out of practice. Let's just go. Just try and put one down in the castle. We'll do a J-turn back at the castle and then come in for a landing in the walls. Yeah, there we go. We'll stick it at the top there as well. Oof, terrible. Absolutely terrible flying. I've not got this at all yet. Feels very twitchy. It's down safely, that's the key thing. This is one I usually target when doing King of the Hill. And then we tend to egress for where we come in as well. So that's a good little practice really for that one. Let's just kick it up to full throttle. Flip that tail end around. Rotor stall. There we go. Let's just aim for here. See if we can just feel it out of it. Oof, that was nearly a hard landing, but we managed to save it. See if we can put it on top of the building here. I'm just winging it a little bit here actually, I'm just feeling through it. As I say, it's been a while, so there's going to be failure here, right? It's going to blow randomly at some point. Well, I'm going to blow constantly. I'm blowing now, to be honest with you. It's just out of practice. That would have been nice if I just rolled up straight to it. I didn't. Again, that would allow troops to embark and disembark from the vehicle, but it would be at risk, right? It wouldn't be a clean manoeuvre. see if, you know, we would do a turn here and pop it in this area here. Whoa, that's terrible. Yeah, absolutely terrible. No. Let's log in. Log in. Good. Close. Let's get out and fix that. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Where is it? We'll just stick another one down. Helicopters, MH6 Little Bird. And, oh no, that's not what I wanted at all. I want to not have it with crew. Stick it there. There we go. We'll leave that one there as a memento of memories how not to fly. Good. This is what it's about, right? Getting it in a mode where you make mistakes and you learn and you hone and you refine. If you don't do that, you never get any better. So where are we now? Let's have a look. Right, back at the hospital. Good. So over here is where the Ghost Hawk is, just down below our right hand side there, and we'll come back for that later. But right now what I'm going to do is just bleed off some airspeed and then land at the back here, like some kind of discreet or indiscreet drop off point here, you know, you to infiltrate the village kind of thing here. Oh, that's terrible as well. That descent rate's just too high. I wonder if it's a throttle control I'm missing. Not happy with that. Yeah, not tidy. I've not actually got my hands on the throttle here at all now. I'm just keeping my hands off the throttle. Just keeping things moving. Swing that tail around. Touch the throttle now and get out of here. Yeah, not good. Safe and level hover, drop people off, and then pull away again. There we go. That was a little tidier this time. My track IR is wigging out again, which is no use. Just let me fix it like so. Well, that's better. Right. Let's just not playing ball. There we go. Again, I'm just feeling this out now. I'm just beginning to get into tune with the tuning of the throttle. Again, you know, being in the advanced flight mode, it can be a little twitchy at times when it comes to yaw and the throttle. If you're not in the advanced flight model, you can pretty much do as you want and it'll handle like it's on rails, but this for me just gives me a level of realism that I currently enjoy. Again, my track IR just wigged out as I was about to come in and land between the building and that tree, and now my confidence is not because my track IR just wigged out for no reason. So let's just pretend we were doing that again. Coming in. You know, covered landing, bosh. Really? There's another memento for another failed landing. Just let me turn my track IR off so you can't see now that I'm actually picked up the track IR headset and I'm moving it to a new position. One where it might not necessarily wig out quite as much as it just has been doing in the last few minutes. Part of the challenge I actually have is that I'm using a really wide screen monitor, so it's maybe not set up or configured as well as it needs to be for a PC monitor this size. Anyway, let's go to MCC, let's go to Arsenal. No, let's not go to Arsenal, that's not what I was trying to do. It's the Zeus I was trying to go to. And again, we're just going to lay down another helicopter. We'll go back to the SOCOM helicopters, MH6 Little Bird. Where am I? I'm over here. There I am. Let's just pop it outside. I don't want to break it before I even get in it. Good. Right. Tune. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go back to where the Ghost Hawk's currently parked, and we'll fly the Ghost Hawk for a little bit. Just do some of the same stuff, but actually in a bigger, less twitchy helicopter. Now it goes to say, right, if you're using this during missions, as good as it is to start popping people into LZs and hot zones at the doorstep of danger, not many really appreciate that. Planning where you plan to drop people off from a safe area so that they can make their own way in is better. So, you know, I would encourage people not to do those hot drops, as cool as it might be. Reputationally, it's damaging when people are dying time after time when you're not thinking it through about where you're going to drop people. So let me just spend a moment saying, let's say you were doing a drop in Kavala, right, and you know that the hot zone is here around the hospital. Yeah, I kind of deserved that. You would actually not make a drop in the hospital, you would make a drop elsewhere. Let me just restart that. Let's kind of like live out a scenario, right? Play scenario. Yeah. In fact, you know what? Let's go back just for a moment. Right. Let's play devil's advocate here, right? We are going to put enemy in there. We're going to put weapon squad here, weapon squad here, weapon squad here, weapon squad here. Another one here, maybe one in the square here, and another one here. Why not? Let's also put a tank platoon here. a tank section in the town here, maybe some motorized HMG here, over here, and over here. Right, so if we look at the map now, the whole area is just riddled with enemy, right? And just for my own warning, yeah, just for the sake of seeing through on the exercise, right? We'll play the scenario now. You know what? I'll be a helicopter pilot. Why not? I'm going to use the Ghost Hawk this time. But here we go. We're going to plan this. We're going to take a look at what we can do here in terms of infiltrating with troops on board in a simulated scenario. So one of the areas that I would usually target, you saw me do it earlier, was to put a landing spot here, an LZ. Again, it's suitably away but close that we can make a forward run onto the area there if we were a bunch of troops. Again, back of the castle would be good. What else have we got there that's opening up before us? This field here looks kind of interesting as well. We can see there's like symbols of rocky outcrops here, but I'm not sure what the opportunities are here, so we'll take a look. I know there's this spot here and we can do the beach here if we wanted to. So let's take a look at each of those in turn, right? We're going to just see about how we would plan to come in and drop troops off, just as a scenario. I'm just making this up as I go because I'm finding it as much as a challenge as I am trying to pass on a little bit of knowledge to people as well. So let's agree the rules of the scenario. Let's imagine we're going to come in from the north first of all. So we're going to come in this way on the scenario, and so we'll hit off this one first, then these two probably, and then swing it around for all of these developing opportunities here without being shot down by all of a multitude of weapons that are currently situated there on the map. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a trip. I'm going to fly out beyond this crop here. There's a power factory here, so what I'll do is I'll just use that as a visual reference to swing it around, and then we'll come in over the crop, do a drop here, come up, and if I'm feeling courageous I might try a drop in this area here as well. Might be a bit tight, but we'll see. But for now, that's the plan, right? We're going to go north and take a look at it from a northerly direction. Okay, wheel brakes are on. That's important with this one because you can taxi this. I think I've shown you that one before. I'm also just going to see if I can get the radar up and running. Yep, it's on already. It's good. Okay, we've got enough torque there. The engines are normalised. That's brilliant. So gentle lift off here. There we go. Retract the gear and off we go. So what we'll do is we'll just do a low egress out of here right now. What I'm also doing, I've just changed my countermeasures to single countermeasures rather than burst, because he just burns through all of your countermeasures fairly quickly. Just trimming the vehicle a little bit of nose down as well and adding a bit of power. There we go. So we got a nice cruise there, that's excellent. And I'm just going to ease off on some of those controls now and then put us into the game mode scenario, which is we're coming in from the north and we're going to infiltrate. We've got the areas on the map marked off that we wish to target. So let's do that. Track IR seems okay now for this part of the scenario. So we're going to turn. We know we're going to target the house with a big garden on it. Let's just put the, oh yeah, you can see my map drawings there, aren't they beautiful? It's emotional, it's Picasso. Okay, so we're going to come in 182, 180 kilometers. Just going to ease off on the throttle now. Lower the landing gear, tell the troops to prepare to disembark. Going to begin to slow down. I'm just looking for it now. Where is it? Maybe I've turned a bit too early on this. I think I'm one over. I am. Okay. This is the one. I should have come in much more over the coast, but this will do anyway. There we go. Let's get that throttle up and get the guys disembarked from the vehicle. Go, go, go. Oh, there you go. That's the first shots. Now we're going to disembark, gear up. Let's get out of here the way we came. And we'll stay nice and low. Get out of here. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to go in around the back of the castle. We'll do a drop. So we're putting distance between us and the enemy right now, which is good. Just going to choke some of that engine right now and that energy. So if we wish to, we could do a drop. Excuse me, sorry. Yep, okay. It's good. We're doing this all in advanced flight model. We're not doing this on arcade mode, right? This is challenging. So everybody's disembarking. Da, 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 da. Good, let's get out of here. It's good. You know, and the same thing can happen as well on this side of that hill. If you were coming in from the north, you could use the cover of this mountainside. You could choose to lower the gear, or you could actually leave the gear up and just do you know, a kind of a gentle hover really while everybody disembarks. You get the point anyway. We've got this covered here. People getting out, jumping out, blah de blah de blah. Don't need to drill that point home, you've got this. So let's now go around the back side of this mountain top again, just simulate. We'll go full throttle. We'll just simulate. That we've come all the way in from the north, but we didn't do any of them earlier drop-offs. So as usual in the advanced flight model, what you want to do is start to decelerate early, about 1 kilometre in. And now we're looking for opportunities to touch down just behind the hospital if we can. So we're just going to follow this around. The brakes are still on. We're using the contours of the land to mask our approach. I can see the top of the hospital, and there is an opportunity somewhere around here, I know, that will allow me to safely drop some troops. I just don't know where it is or what it is yet. Oh, in fact, that field looks absolutely beautiful. Let's do it, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it here. Yeah, I was just wondering if there was a cable there or not then. You can never be too sure. Good, we're down. Go, 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 go. People go, go, go. We'll keep it on the ground for another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there you go, we've managed to drop off. Now let's take a look at opportunities around this area here. for us to be able to drop off in a high risk area. So I think this is a good example of that you don't need to drop people off in an area where they know they're going to get their faces shot off, like landing on top of the hospital. You can land somewhere nearby and they can plan their own egress into a hot zone. Again, we're just going to follow the contours here up. Yeah, so around there is not a good idea because that's hilltop. But we want to get as close as we can, so I'm just going to drop the throttle so we're bringing it right down. And what I'm going to do is just look here. Oh yeah, shots raining out from here already. Oh yeah, I've just killed the helicopter. But everybody's down on the ground safely. Everybody out, everybody out, everybody out. Engine off. Yeah, what was it, that tree? And log in. Good. Zeus. Close. Why? Why, dear Lord, why? Let's just put something down. We were using a standard chopper there, weren't we?
Ready.
No, not you. Go away. Ghost Hawk. There we go. Have we got the path to get out of here? Yeah, good. Okay, so even though we've landed here, we took some shots on the way in. Actually, it was fairly covered for those who were disembarking to get embroiled in a fight. It was safe enough where they could take cover in local buildings and foliage and shrubbery. So again, I think that's still a good landing spot, albeit my flight path maybe wasn't ideal. I'm just out of practice. Okay. Just going to use the throttle to change altitude quickly and get us back out of here. And the same is no difference from whether it comes from the west, from the south. What you want to do is just make sure that if you know that there is a hot zone, you know, around here, that basically you kind of put a buffer zone between you and the people that you're trying to drop off, and then you can target other safe areas. And if you're going to if you want to land somewhere and you want to slow down to land, then you give yourself about 1 kilometre of distance to do that. Let's get rid of all of these diagrams and drawings for now. Just tidy up what we're doing. Okay. Let me just see what's going on here. So I just talked about doing a landing and what that means. There's a factory around here somewhere. Yeah, let's just use this factory as an example, right? How far am I from the factory? Can I see? 800 meters. Okay, I'm going to turn away from here and then show you about bleeding off speed so you can react quick to stuff. So what we'll do is we're just going to go around this area here. We'll do a full 180 and then we'll approach landing at the factory somewhere, somehow. So we're at 265 kilometers, we're turning around, we're heading back. We're currently at 2 kilometers. So at about 1 kilometer, what you want to do is just drop the throttle completely, get the nose up, and you'll start to see you start bleeding the airspeed, but you're maintaining a low altitude so you're not gaining. At around about 170 knots you'll gain full control of the tail, so you can now start to see where you want to be landing, and then at around about 120 knots get back on the throttle So you can target your landing area and then come into land where it is that you want to bring it in. Try not to be as rusty as me. But yeah, the idea is wherever it is on the map, 1 kilometre away, decelerate, nose up, bleed that airspeed while maintaining altitude, and then as soon as you start to feel that altitude drop, begin to gradually increase your throttle, and it'll bring you back in to a balanced flight state where you can maintain control. I mean, I know the stadium is over to our right, so let's do that. Let's increase our airspeed 200. I can't see it yet. Oh, there it is. So what I'm going to do now I can see it is I'm going to absolutely come off the throttle. You can see that. I'm going to get my landing gear down. I'm still at 180 knots. I'm carrying a lot of airspeed. Beginning to feel it pitch down, so I'm just going to gradually increase. Maintain that balanced state now I've leveled off. Maintain that forward speed until such time I know I can touch it down here. No issues, nice and gentle, balanced, and there we go. I didn't put a marker down, that's just really, the better you get at this, the more rehearsed you get, the better you can do that, right? Just beginning to show off a little bit now, I'm beginning just to get a feel for flying this helicopter again. So again, if I was to use that same example with the factory, I can see the factory. I'm going to now bottom out the throttle, let the airspeed carry us in, just maintaining a nose up scenario so that I'm maintaining my 24 meters altitude. I can see it dipping now. So there we go, just increase it, carry that airspeed forward. Where do I want to land? There we go. I want to land on this roof. That's what I want to do. I want to land on the roof. I'm going to drop a sniper off. Excellent. We're down. Yeah, you get the point anyway. I wasn't considerate of what my back end was doing, dangling off the back of the factory. Ideally, I would have landed square on it, so I had my tail landed as well as my main body. Okay, let's go back to here then, and we'll just get rid of all of them units. What have I got here? I was okay with that actually, so let's try something I wasn't good at. I'm going to go with the unarmed Huron. I want to leave that one there, but actually I think even worse than that, the Hummingbird is really twitchy. So let's have a go at the Huron and the Hummingbird. I've not flown them in quite some time either. And I will create the X objective, and then I'm going to squiggle it around, squiggle, 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 and there's one X there. I don't know where that is yet, we'll find out, and then pick another objective, squiggle, 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 squiggle. Oh, there's one there, so I don't know where that is, but and then squiggle, 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 squiggle. Oh, there's one there. Yeah, good. Glad it wasn't in the water then. And we'll do one more. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. And we'll try for this upper quadrant somewhere. These are all going to be pretend drop-off points there. Okay, good. Play scenario. I'll surprise myself for when I'm in the game. So what we'll do is we'll use the Huron first, actually, and see what we can do. I haven't flown Huron in a while. I'm actually fairly nervous, actually, because I'm broadcasting it live. You will see my live failure. Hopefully I'll talk you through my live failure as well, just being the vulnerable kind of person that I am and honest, and that you will forgive me. Good. Okay. Yeah, you know how it is. Don't seek permission, seek forgiveness. That's probably a good idea. Okay, so let's go this way, up, over, and down that way, and then we'll come back. Okay. Gear up. Six kilometers. We know it's not a hot zone, but oh my dearie me, we know it's not a hot zone, but still we don't know where the territory or what's around there. Just looking at what we've got there as airspeed. Currently I have to look up to my screen to see the airspeed. I could actually just look down below on the dials. I don't even know why I'm not doing that. It just shows you how out of practice I am. Okay. This is a great big lump. I've forgotten how lumpy this thing is. Again, when you play it in non-advanced flight model, it's light, you just throw it around. There are no penalties for doing anything wrong. Here, an advanced flight model with this, punish you, absolutely punish you. So what we'll do is we'll take a look around. Great song by Limp Bizkit actually, and we'll see what the LZ looks like, and then see what we can do about getting on or as close to that touchdown. So actually that's in the middle of an open field, that's dead easy I think for us. What we'll do is we're just going to reduce our airspeed. Now with this thing, if you've seen any of my other Huron stuff, this gets twitchy once it's below 70 kilometers, so you've got to use the throttle to maintain control. I'm not happy with this actually currently because I can't see the LZ, so I'm just going to extend out ever so slightly so I can see where we want to touch down. There we go, eyes on. Should spend less time talking, more time doing. Okay, so I'm just going to begin to level out now and just guide the Huron in, just to be sure my brakes are on, because we don't want to do any rolling around on this hillside. Yep. Okay, and then we're going to get ground effect shortly, so I've got to be very, very, very reactionary with my throttle. If I hadn't have used my throttle, then that ground effect would have had us plummeting to the ground and killing us. So that's the first one. Next one is Afira. So it looks like it's in the middle of the field. So what we'll do is we'll take off, raise that gear, and get into Afira. So in our full throttle, we're just going to allow the flight model to get us there. So I'm not using any trim at the moment, it's all just hands on. My trim has me in a balanced state currently, just pushing forward on my joystick for the moment. We'll just lower our altitude slightly, get down to around about 25-30 meters, just do some nap of the earth as we come into Ephyra. Okay, with the Huron I would recommend extending your descent and slowing down at around about 2 kilometers, ironically. There's a lot more energy to dissipate in a controlled manner. Just going to lower the gear now as well. Okay. And what's the scenario here that we've got? Okay, there's a few posts and pillars, so we just need to be careful of those as we come around. Slow down. And again, just making sure that we're carrying that energy correctly into landing on the spot as we can, as best we can anyway. Yeah. Making sure we translate any ground effects and we're down safely. There we go, that's good. Okay, I don't know what's here. Oh, it looks like it's in the middle of a bush. We'll see anyway. So that's the third one. Again, it was a random LZ. Let's get out of here, extend out, and then we'll head to that next area. So that's good. Again, I just extended, you know, my deceleration from 1 kilometer to just short of 2 kilometers actually. And again, for those of you learning, I would say, you know, do that, extend that slowdown path, and if you keep a prolonged balanced state as you come into the area that you're looking to touch down on, that would be a good idea. With this one, I'm really not sure what's going on with the landscape. I don't recall this part of the map, so what I'm going to do is just make sure first and foremost that I know what the intent is. So I'm not going to do a true deceleration to a balanced point really. I'm just going to zoom on by, have a rough look at what's going on. And see what the opportunities are. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a nice open patch actually. What we'll do is we'll just come in over the top of it. You know, we could just plonk down there where I'm looking, or just plonk down there, which is what I'm going to target doing actually, and just level out. And I'm probably just going to use a tree as guidance more than anything right now. That was a bit ropey, but still we're down safely and we can disembark troops. I'm rushing this through. I'm kicking myself on that one actually, because just let me pull back a bit actually, just show you what's going on in my mind, because I don't think I'm doing a good job here of communicating what's going on in my mind, and I'm not doing a good job of demonstrating it either. So coming in to an LZ, seeing what it is that you're trying to do, you know, I call it getting your eye in on it, and then focusing on the area the whole time, right? So my gear's still down. I'm just going to take control of the helicopter here now. The lower you are on your final approach, the easier it is. The higher it is, the worse it is, because actually you lose your line of sight, and that's what happened to me on this approach here. But you know, that little bush just where my helicopter, just where that heads up is now, is where I'm trying to put the helicopter down. And as long as I do that in a balanced, slow manner, I'm always going to be fine, right? What did I do? Land on a rock. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That just pisses me off even more. Engine off, get out, let's just fix that. That landing I did there was better than the little landing I just did a moment before it. Wouldn't you believe it? Honestly. Do, 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 do. That one. And we'll just make it happier and healthier and ammo wise and click OK. And look, it's new again. Good. Maybe I'm not, I'm broken. So, I'll put it down to being out of practice. I am alarmingly pitching backwards. I wonder if there's something with my... now I'm pitching forwards. Okay, hold on, I'm not even holding any controls. Pitching forwards. Okay, good. Alright. So let me do it in a real scenario. I'm gonna just accelerate as per normal. And then I'll do it as if it's a real scenario, you know, game face moment, let's be serious. And just see if we can make it happen in the way that it's supposed to happen. I don't even know, so what am I, 700 meters away, it'll do. We're coming in, we know that we need to drop these troops off. We're at 500 meters, gear down. Forget the marker for now, that's just telling us distance, right? What you really want to do is look at where you're landing. Look for the clear area. Now then there's a big bush just where my plane is now, right? So I'm going to use that as a visual reference point. I can know that I'm down safely. I know if I always keep it where I was spotting it on the way in, I know I'm going to land safely. Because I use that as a fixed position and I know where I want to put the helicopter as I was coming into land. Where else did we have? Did we have anywhere else? Yeah, we had somewhere here. Gear up. Wow, just I think I need to tune and refine my controls. I don't remember it being this, but I do remember it being this twitchy, but not this twitchy. It's twitchier, if that's even a real word. Bizarre. I think since I've last played this, I've reset my controls and all sorts. My curves just feel all out of sync. Right, Right, 3 kilometres away, we're doing 220-ish knots. We do have some light damage to the engine as well, that's interesting. And we're burning through fuel as well, which is interesting as well. So 2 kilometres away. One kilometre away, I'll just put my gear down now. I'm just going to begin to decelerate. Find that balance state and I'll have a helicopter to determine that rate there. Okay, we're coming in. I'm now looking for opportunities. I can see the marker. I can actually also see the terrain. Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting indeed. Now I could go for a pinnacle landing here and actually show off the true extent of my skills. You know, and to say that we can just put the nose into the ground. Oh, for fuck's sake, honestly. What was that? It's just not connecting for me tonight, honestly. What do I say? We keep the back end level as we come in and just put the nose in so that the back of the aircraft is still off the ground. But Lord knows why it's not happening for me tonight. I'm almost determined now to prove that I can do this. And I know what I'm doing, in spite of all of the evidence to the contrary. Right. Where is it? Where am I? Oh my god. Good. Engine. Oh, fucking tree. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it. Just look at it, the broken wreck that it is. You can't see it, but I am absolutely shaking my head in disgust and oh, go away. Shaking my head in disgust and anger at myself that these skills aren't connecting this evening. Good job I'm not actually in a live game, because I'd just be putting so much pressure on myself to be performing, right? This is why I'm actually in this model, because I've not actually played in such a long time. And I'm just trying to get myself back into the act. Back into using my skills again. Right, so I'm off. Let's swing it around and show you essentially what a pinnacle landing is, right? I will use that same hillside just to show what a pinnacle landing is, if you've never done one. Forgetting the fact that it didn't work quite then, I'm still going to do it anyway. So, bringing the nose in, allowing the helicopter to gently kiss the landscape. And now I'm climbing. What on earth? What on earth? I knew the moment it started to climb the landscape that was going to happen. I'm just going to watch this now. I'm just going to put this to a bad day in the office. What on earth, Paul? Seriously? All players died, yeah. So did my own confidence. Continue. I'm not going to bother with that now. I'm peed off. Let's go to an even worse helicopter to fly right now when you're feeling unachieved and unaccomplished as I am right now. No, that's it. Even worse for Hummingbird. Gosh, I'm not a big fan of this helicopter at all. The Little Bird, beautiful, a well-designed mod. This Hummingbird is absolutely disgusting. I don't even know if I can fly it. Oh, already it's twitchy. No. Okay. Okay, actually I'm just dialing it in slightly there, yeah. Good, okay, actually that's actually handling quite well, believe it or not. I'm alright with that, I'm feeling confident with that. I certainly hope that I've not got this Hummingbird dialed in nicely, whereas I've not got the Huron dialed in nicely. Because that would just be a travesty, wouldn't it? No. Knew it, just knew it. Couldn't arrest the airspeed. Shocking, shocking skills. Leave all your hateful comments. Leave all your words of disillusionment. It's fine, I'm open to it. I'm vulnerable to that feedback right now. Doing it again, doing it again. Got to. Just gotta get dialed in. Alright, I said about a Hummingbird being dog shit. Let's prove it with the Little Bird. Can I do what I just tried to do in the Little Bird? Can I do it in the Hummingbird? What I just tried to do in the Hummingbird, can I do it in the Little Bird? Better. And now, because I'm overcompensating, I'm dangling in the air like a faulty bauble on a Christmas tree. And if this was anything like a hot zone, this would have been a really bad approach and a really bad drop. So I got it in, I'm just not happy that it wasn't a smooth, constant flow. it needs to be part of flow, so what we'll do is we'll go around and we'll just try that approach again. Just want to bring the altitude down slightly actually, because I'm just carrying too much altitude. There was a bit more flow to it, still a little untidy, but you know, I don't think it was so untidy that it was going to become a problem. I think my actual main issue there is, you know, if you were carrying troops, you'd be doing it nap of the earth, so it might feel a little bit more organic than coming down from, what was I at, 75 meters originally? You know, if you're going to come in nap of the earth, it will probably feel a bit more organic, so you can line up earlier with that approach and then kill it, you know, properly, get into your balance state on approach, you know, like so, kill and arrest the airspeed as you're coming in, and then, you know, do the, oh my gosh, what was that? Oh no, 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 no. Really? This is just a lemony snickets of errors, isn't it? Right. I didn't expect to be doing an auto rotate with a failed. With a failed unit already. I suppose in part the fact I was able just to prove I could auto rotate it at that. It's probably worthwhile. About the only thing I've been able to display with any form of competency this evening. So there you go. Low. Excuse me. You know, nap of the earth flying low. Get your eye in what you want to do as a land. Come in at a balanced airspeed in a balanced state, so you have full facilities of your rotors, full facility of your tail rotor, and then use combinations of all of those things in order to get yourself into a landing zone. Gosh, lovely. Wasn't happy with that carrying too much speed. I spotted it a little too late, to be fair. Bit aggressive, but it got it down nonetheless. I just committed to it at that point. Yeah, so the gear I'm using here is a Hortas Warthog throttle, joystick, Thrustmaster pedals, track IR, no keyboard and mouse at all. Trying to now fly on instincts more than anything else, just putting myself under pressure a little bit, just trying to feel it out, just trying to shake off some of those cobwebs. Just not feeling happy with the skills this evening. Could and should be better. I set myself pretty high standard, and it's just been so long that I'm falling way below my own standard, really. I have one place that I do want to go. Call it a night and see if I can do it first time. It's my favourite place for trying to take advantage of tight turns, tight landings. Stuff, so just see how it goes. Where am I now? I need to go over here, just put a marker there, that's perfect. Fira, I typically might load in at the airbase, and then I'll usually come here and just try and practice some of my tight landings. So the first one that I do like to try is round here, like so. And then arrest the airspeed, and then come in here, like so. It's a nice tight confined space, usually lots of cover, and then egress pretty much in the same place. You know, and you can just use tight refined movements and controls around here, so that wasn't tidy either. Capable of much tidier. This one is also a nice area, so if you can just pop it down without clipping the truck pole, that would be a good idea. Yep, good. Yes, there we go. And actually you can do that all over this base, to be fair. This little factory in this area is good for lots of these little touchdown points. So again, you know, this area here is good for it. So just look at where you want, look at the piece of grass that you're delivering to, essentially, and then there you go. You know, drop a sniper off on top of the building. Again, you might want to drop one off on this one too. Go, 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 go. Yep, good. There was a military base over here at some point. I don't know where it is. Is it over here? Oh, hold on. There it is. And then there's a square just where the part is. So this is where we came earlier over here. Good. And just do that all night long. Just start dialing it in now. That's good. Yep. Oh, not again. Typical. Absolutely typical. Anyway, that's me for the evening, I think. It is nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, if not further, so I'll call it there. That's probably a good screenshot, probably. Yeah, good. Right, have a good night, everyone. And we shall see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone.